Hello, YouTube. All right, I'd like to review this enclosure that I recommend to a lot of different people. Well, to anybody really. This is a Thermaltake, 3.5-inch hard drive enclosure. It connects by eSATA and USB, and it is powered by the wall because it's a 3.5-inch drive. And in there's a 250 gigabyte. I'm going to put a 1 terabyte drive in there. So let's get this unboxing underway of this hard drive. I went to Best Buy and got a replacement for the one that had rust in it. So, the drive out and inspect it. And wow, this drive is 10 times better than the one that was in that package all rusted up. This one has 32 megabytes of cache instead. Damn, that's nice. It's a WD10 EADS instead of a W10 EAVS, which is the one that I originally had and was a total pile of junk. This one, if you look at all the contact points, they're white. They are flat white, rather than the brown rusted shit that was on the others. This is great. Absolutely fantastic. So it looks like the older ones were left in a shipment full of ones that... So I'm guessing the drive I had before, the shipment must have sat in the shipping truck when it was really, really humid out the past couple of weeks or so. Well, that kind of sucks. But anyway, this one's 10 times better. 32 megabytes of cache. Way better. This drive should do excellent in this enclosure. Now, I'll open this up, and in this enclosure, you open it up from the side that doesn't have the fan on it to get to the hard drive. Alright, here we have the green drive. Take a better look at these contacts. Yeah, as you can see, this is pristine. No rust whatsoever. Much, much nicer. And we're going to put it in there. So, with this particular enclosure, you have to, let me put the drive on its side here. You get these things. And these little things go into the side of the hard drive. Like that. And they have little nubs on the end that go into the mounting holes. Like that. Line those up. And they slide in. Do the same on the other side. Let me get the other one. They're in, but you have to hold them in. And the drive goes in this way. Mounted with these two, then you just shove the drive in. Of course, my spits go flying wherever I talk. Irritating. Push that in. Boom. The drive's in the enclosure. Now you just have to fasten it. Okay, these speakers need to shut the fuck up. You take the screws, and of course you just fasten this thing down. So as you can see, this enclosure is a pretty easy process. All you do is pretty much put the hard drive in, fasten everything down, put the cover back on, and you're good to go. So as you can see, sometimes the screws can be a little temperamental, as with anything that involves screws. straight in there. And once those 2 screws are fastened down, your hard drive's in there. Then all you do is put the cover back on, which involves screws as well, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Alright, the hard drive enclosure is back together, and I have the AC adapter, which is nice and small. However, it is a transformer box, so, you know, plug it in. Plugs into the DC connector in the back of the drive, and we'll turn this baby on. And I doubt you'll even hear it. These greens are supposed to be very quiet. You might hear the fan, though. That's a quiet drive, wow. Yeah, you can just barely hear it. There's the fan. It has light up LEDs there. And here. And of course this thing dims when it's accessing the drive. And that is this enclosure. I really recommend this enclosure because not only is it a way for you to use just plain old internal hard drives instead of buying the pre-made stuff that will always break on you, but this has a fan in it. And that's important for high-performance hard drives to get hot. Now, for the Caviar Greens, it's not important at all. But for this thing, it was, because this is an old 2005 model that does get pretty hot. And overall, it's just a good case, you know. The fan is a big plus. The things I don't like about it are the plastic bottom. This thing tends to break sometimes. But other than that, that's alright. I mean, if this thing is broken a couple times and I've glued it back together with super glue, this plastic thing. But what I was originally going to do was put rubber feet on the bottom of this side so I could just lay the drive flat like that. So, you know, there's remedies around it. Other than that, it's kind of a cheap case, but it does what it does very well and has a good USB controller in it. So I'd recommend this hard drive enclosure to anybody. It's a great one, and it will serve you well. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.